Kalala Yahweh, Boshima Mashak Yabasha, Shema Yashavela Yahweh Alhayana Kadaba Mashpaka. Shalom, may peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. I'm going to try to keep this live stream short and sufficient. However the Spirit moves, we're going to move along with it. Now, as you all know, I'm here in Houston, Texas. The Most High has made these waters of the bayous a sign of judgment and a plea to get right. Shalom, Keish Rogers, welcome. These are one of the many bayous out in Houston, Texas. All right. If you know which one this is, you know which one this is, but I'm not going to go ahead and tell you exactly where I'm at. But this is one of the bayous out here in Houston. All right. And for those of you all who are in the know, Houston, Texas has experienced several bodies within the last 2 weeks being found in these waters. And this very water that you witness, bodies have been found. And what makes this significant is within the past 2 weeks, 6 bodies have turned up in the Houston bayou waters. Most recently, Thursday night, they found a woman's body in one of these waters of the Houston bayous. Now, this is a sign and it's a plea. Specifically here in Houston, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, has visited Houston with judgment. And he probably still is here making judgment as we speak. However, Shaitan always have to come with some noise every time the word brings out. This guy coming out here with this speaker. So these are one of the waters, as I said, where many of those bodies have been found. You're witnessing one of these waters here. This is one of the Houston bayous where bodies have been found. All right. Shalom, Josephine Israel, welcome. So as I was saying, the Most High is visiting Houston with judgment as a sign and as a plea to get right, especially here in Houston, Texas. And for those of y'all who know, Houston has been full of folly recently. Full of folly. Folly that is out of this world. It has reached up to the heavens. The folly here in Houston, Texas has reached to the heavens. And the Most High is making these very waters an example as to the judgment he's carrying out and the displeasure he has here in Houston, Texas. And this is a sign and is also a plea for here in Houston, Texas and beyond to get right. And it's not ironic that this is happening right before the Day of Atonement approaches. Yes, all of this is happening right before the Day of Atonement approaches. So we got to take this seriously. All right, we got to take this Day of Atonement seriously. Okay? Specifically, you want to really think about all the folly you've been committing this biblical year and write it all down. All right? Write it all down. Write all your folly down. And by the time Day of Atonement approaches, you already know what to ask for forgiveness for. Ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to reveal all the folly that he has displeasure in that you've committed or have been committing, and list it down in writing. So that way you know what you need to address to Abba Yahweh. All right? Now, I'm showing y'all this to let y'all know how real it is. These waters are cursed. These are cursed waters we're looking at. Bodies have been found in these waters as a plea and a sign of judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And again, I'll reiterate, these past 2 weeks have been directly before the Day of Atonement. Feast of Trumpets was just last week, and that was the alert. The Feast of Trumpets was the alert for all the continuous feast days that are coming up. So we got to be circumspect, and we have to be aware of the times that we're in. Now, to summarize all of this, Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 30 through 32. All right, this is what this talk is about. This is a meditation based on those 3 verses and that specific chapter. Now, when this live is over, I'll go ahead and place that in the description for y'all to read. But if you tune into this ministry, you should already know to be taking notes and to be reading your own Bibles. You should already know. However, the Most High is not playing, okay? It is not a coincidence that this is happening right now in Houston, Texas, as the Day of Atonement approaches. Because as I said before, there's been much folly here in this city. Much folly. All types of folly that you can think of, all type of abomination has been committed here in this city to where it's reached the heavens, to where the Most High is bringing about such judgment, where corpses are found in these waters back to back, back to back, back to back. Corpses are found in these waters for the last 2 weeks. Corpses have been found in these waters for the past 2 weeks as a judgment call for the folly that has been committed out here in Houston, Texas, and as a sign for the rest of the world to take heed. Now, one thing you'll read in Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 30 to 32 is, in verse 32, Yahweh states that he doesn't have pleasure in the death of them that die. So, you know, for those of y'all who are unlearned, and then you get a misconception about Abba Yahweh, think again. You see, just because he takes somebody out doesn't mean he has pleasure in taking it out. Because some of y'all who are unlearned will let spiritual wickedness take over your mind, and then you will view Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua as something wicked. And that puts you even in more folly. For you to be able to be even corrupted to think that way of his righteousness. No, that's not the case. Ezekiel 18 verse 32 states he has no pleasure in the death of them that die. But see, thing y'all got to realize about Yahweh Yahushua is he's the most gangster entity that you will ever meet. And I say that in a good way. I say that in a good way. He's gonna do what he says he's gonna do. He sticks to the promises that he puts out, whether it be good or whether it be bad. We have to deliver judgment where such individuals have to be cut off on the face of the earth. Y'all not gonna play with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Nobody's gonna play with our Father. Nobody's gonna play with him. So we got to take this time seriously. All right. We got to take this time seriously and hold ourselves accountable to make atonement for all of our folly this year, especially if you're here in Houston. If you're here in Houston and you're witnessing this live, you need to make sure you don't miss out in observing the Day of Atonement, starting Tuesday night to Wednesday night. Tuesday evening, sundown, Wednesday evening, sundown. All right? I just did a video last night in preparation for that day. And that video is posted on Rumble. All right, it's posted on Rumble. And it's also in the community section of this YouTube page. You can just go to the post and click on that link and you'll be able to view it appropriately for your edification. So we want to take this seriously. This is not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter whatsoever about these waters here. These waters are cursed. They're cursed as a sign and wonder for all you who are in Houston that are listening to this to get right and participate in the Day of Atonement. Because the Most High Abba Yahweh is visiting Houston with judgment. And it's been very evident in these past 2 weeks, all throughout the Houston bayous, and you're witnessing one of these bayous right now where those who have been cut off were found. All right? And among those who were unfortunately judged in these waters, you had a college girl. You had a college girl who was found. She's the one who made the spotlight of the news. She was a university of, and for those who have the eyes to see, we already know what she was about. For those who have the eyes to see and who have knowledge of the story, we already know what time she was on. The Most High is not playing. All right, the Most High is not playing. Y'all need to get right. Y'all need to take this Day of Atonement seriously and make a change and truly repent. All right, we're in the last days. Any day from now, all this mess can be shut down. Any day now, Babylon can be completely destroyed. We don't never know. And you just had the folly of the Nicolaitans doctrine last week, talking about a damn rapture. Talking about a damn rapture. You still got people following for that because they have no knowledge of the Most High. You think all those people who thought a rapture was going to happen next week, you think they're in favor of the Most High? A good majority of them isn't. But those who the Most High has mercy on, he's going to turn them to the truth from experiencing that foolishness of believing such a falsified doctrine of devils. All right? There's no games being played here. And for all y'all who are still in disbelief, who still scoff, who still think you're going to do whatever the hell you want to do, your ass is in trouble. Yeah, I said it. Y'all ass is in trouble. You double-minded fools out there that think this truth is a joke. For all you scoffing ass fools out there that want to talk and boast against the prophets, boast against the mouthpiece of the Most High, the messengers of the Most High, the true messengers of the Most High. Yeah, y'all ass is in trouble. And you need to repent. You need to repent. Because what you're witnessing right now is a very element, one of the very elements here in Houston, Texas, that the Most High is delivering judgment. These are one of the very waters where the Most High has delivered judgment. Y'all can keep thinking this is a game if you want to. He gonna show you. He ain't nothing to play with at all. So again, I encourage everybody who has turned into this to meditate in Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 30 to 32, because that's what this whole meditation is based on. Because the Most High is going to do what he have to do against the rebellious souls that are walking this earth right now. Especially those among Yasharala. Oh yeah, y'all get it the worst. Yasharala get us the worst. And we already know why. We already know why. So y'all better stop playing. Because you're witnessing right now the very waters of judgment that are happening here in Houston, Texas. These are the very waters of judgment that the Most High has been making his presence known as to why he's not to be played with. So keep on playing, keep on being rebellious, right? Keep on thinking you can do whatever the hell you want to do, and he gonna show you. I leave it as that. Again, Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 30 through 32. May peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Shalom.